See what's up ahead, Victor.
Always something new to discover.
Before we get into the details of MegaLights, I first wanted to talk about this environment. Built using a suite of brand new assets from the Quixel Megascans library, we've also partnered with Kitbash 3D. They're an awesome resource for 3D models and materials. You can soon find many of these assets on our new Fab Asset Marketplace if you want to use them in your own projects. Moving on, let's talk MegaLights. Unreal Engine is at its best when users can express themselves without technical constraint. Like Nanite did for triangles or Lumen for a global illumination, MegaLights removes limitation in a whole new category: direct lighting and shadows. Take, for example, these textured area lights, considered the gold standard of offline rendering. Here they are, in real time, spilling vibrant color into the scene, casting soft shadows, and illuminating the environment in a way artists simply couldn't have done before. And a whole new tool in the Creator's Toolkit is huge, but that's not the only way MegaLights makes things better. Let's see what's next.
Hey there, little guy. Who are you?
So it looks like Echo has found herself in quite an interesting marketplace here. It's just about to open for the day. Let's turn on some of these shop fronts and see what's for sale. There's something missing, though. The scene, it's flat, it's undefined. Let's turn on shadows, but not just for a few important lights, for every single light in the entire view. From these main shop fronts to the screens, the displays, the flickering oil lamps, string lights, candles, signs, we're free to use whatever lights we need to tell our story and bring this beautiful environment to life. Now, the density of light sources you see here, it's extremely high. And this is what you get when artists are working playfully, without limitation. Okay, let's go back to the scene. Victor, let's go further. Let's activate all these animated drones and robots. Over 1,000 individual shadow casting light sources in this view alone.
Wow. Like little fireflies.
All of these lights, they're movable, dynamic, scattering through the volumetric fog, and MegaLights handles this impressive scene without missing a beat. As we continue on, it's worth mentioning that removing these limitations around light count and shadows, it doesn't just apply to point and spotlights, but to area lights as well. MegaLights enables artists to use area lights as freely as they would any other light source. Now, whether you're using textured area lights, light functions, crisp shadows, or lovely soft shadows, you can have huge numbers of lights, of any type, in whatever configuration works best for your scene. Now, as we send Echo off on her next adventure, we should mention performance. What you've seen here is running live on a PlayStation 5. MegaLights is included in UE55. It's an experimental feature in 5.5, and you can also check it out on the expo floor if you want a closer look at all the pretty pixels. Thank you very much. Back to you, Simon.
Wow, thanks, guys. That was truly amazing.
Listen to me, Jack. Just because soldiers are on the same side right now doesn't mean they always will be. Politics determine who you face on the battlefield.
Is that why you abandoned me?
The only thing we can believe in with absolute certainty is the mission.
Your mission is to retrieve Dr. Sokolov.
You mean the Soviets pulled out of Cuba just to get their hands on Sokolov?
That's right.
What the hell was he working on?
Are you one of Vulcan's men?
No. I've come to escort you back to the other side of the Iron Curtain. That's what they were making you build?
Yes, the Shagohod.
A nuclear-equipped tank capable of operating solo.
If it is completed and the Colonel gets his hands on it, it will mean the end of the Cold War. And then the Age of Fear will truly begin.
A world war.
And Ocelot never lets his prey escape.
Sokolov was being guarded by the KGB and hunted by GRU? Snake, it sounds like this could be even hotter than Cuba.
I'm defecting to the Soviet Union. Sokolov is a little gift from my new hosts.
Are we taking him with us?
No, this one is still just a child. He has not yet found an emotion to carry into battle.
Even if they are our enemies, they're still our countrymen.
But it won't be me that pulled the trigger.
Colonel!
It'll be our friend, the American defector.
People aren't the ones who dictate the missions.
Then who does?
The times.
Sorry I'm late.
I wanted to note, I never noticed in the original that they swing down and are holding onto the ceiling with their hand, but you guys have taken that to another level. Talk about what's changed here. Obviously, a lot has.
Oh, a lot has, and a lot needed to be changed, obviously, because like one thing was the first-person camera, the second thing was the scale of the room that we needed to change, and we also knew that we want to to expand on the idea, right? So keeping the original design of the monster was like super crucial, right? We wanted to go as close as possible, but at the same time, we were just looking at this monster. We were thinking about like, okay, what can we do more, right? And if we have like those two spaces, ceiling and the space when James is, we were thinking that okay, let's just move it dynamic, right? Let's just go up and down. Let's just create like this tension moment like during the fight, so you would not expect what is happening here. And what I personally really like with our version is that we split it into phases, like very obvious phases, and you are not expecting what will happen during this first phase in the future. Like you see that you are breaking this cage, you are kind of a little bit opening like the original design, and you already have like small parts of his arms trying to hit you, but I don't think like anyone would expect what will happen next, right? And it's also like it was very important for us to not rely only on rage weapons. We wanted to, if we have like this mechanic of melee.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah. This is this moment.
We're looking at this, and what you're saying, about being able to use melee weapons more effectively in here, whereas you saw the original was more about using ranged. But man, guys, talk about what you did here with this boss. Like it's completely different.
Yeah, it is, and it was obviously something that we've been talking a lot. If we want to go that route to kind of change the design into some kind of a spider, obviously.
Yes.
But I think it is nice because we are keeping this idea throughout the entire game. I don't want to spoil anything more, but
right,
it's basically something that we wanted to introduce to it. Obviously, talking to original creators, etc. And I think it's pretty nice, and it can surprise even the Lord Lexa.
it looks so cool. The way I mean, even before the ceiling is wrecked and you see the ceiling tiles rippling as it's running through, and you're breaking apart the cage, which you think would be a good thing, but it turns it into this even more limber foe. And then here we go. James is succeeded for now. But yeah, just what a great expression of a very cool original, boss concept, and then sort of brought to a new level. That's so cool, guys.
If you expected to see 2 flesh leaps, like here you go, and one range.
There it is. You're not